Captured Aural Fantasy Theater is in the air. Captured Aural Fantasy Theater presents CAPTivity, a mind-boggling exclusive comic book performance series. Episode 1, The Wall of Flesh. This magazine is haunted. Number 12, August 1953, 10 cents. A beautiful girl stumbles through the darkness. Her unwary hand touches a slim, warm, pulsating mass. Fear chokes her screams, ices her blood. She has come upon
The
Wall
of
Flesh.
Closer. Only another inch, and then you too will sink into the limpid, quivering flesh.
No, I've got to save Sheila!
The click of her nurse's shoes echoed down the long, empty corridors of the hospital, and the night lights pulled her shadow into varying shapes.
My last night shift. My last any shift in the hospital. It's a wonderful feeling. I'll clear out my locker and I'll be set to leave. How long have I waited for this? Now, at last, Johnny's home from Korea and I can leave this place and marry him. Only 15 minutes and I'll meet him out front.
A footstep behind Sheila startled her, and she whirled around to face the staring eyes and stunted body of...
Dr. Contrell, you frightened me.
Sheila, do not leave with this soldier boy, this nothing. Marry me. I shall be a great man with a worldwide reputation.
No, I love Johnny.
Then do me one last favor. Come to see the work I'm doing. See how it has progressed, so you will know the measure of my greatness.
Sheila recoiled from his moist and icy hand. Her trembling lips were on the verge of rejecting even this request, but fear of this strange man elicited another answer.
All right, I'll come, but I cannot be long. I must leave.
It is not far, only through the corridors to the unoccupied wing of the hospital. What you shall see, the first flesh band. And I am its discoverer. There have been blood banks, even eye banks, but human flesh? Never! It could never be done, they said. But they were fools! Fools! Keeping it alive, how to nurture it has always been the insoluble problem. But I, Dr. Elias Quantrell, solved it. Come, through the doors.
I shouldn't have come, but I can't turn back now.
The doctor unlocked several doors, and they walked into a large room in darkness. Something was terribly strange. She sensed it from the instant.
We are here! And now, I will go to the light switch.
The room is full of the sound of breathing, human breathing, and these close walls give off a peculiar warmth.
Yes! They are walls of flesh! A mass of quivering, pulsing flesh, pinkish and alive! Look, Sheila! Look! Do not turn away!
I feel faint! Oh!
You have touched the flesh!
Quantrell laughed like a maniac. Sheila tried to withdraw her hand, but it held.
I can't get away! My fingers seem to be melting the walls of flesh. I'm sinking forward. My wrist is becoming absorbed in my elbow. Help me! Help me!
She struggled frantically, crying helplessly aloud to the unheeding doctor, but the flesh held fast, like the suction of a quagmire.
If I cannot have you, no one else will!
Please, I beg you!
This is my flesh bank, and this is how it is nurtured. By other flesh, you will be absorbed, and in Several hours digested.
No! No! Ah! My leg is caught now! Oh, Johnny! Oh, Johnny! Ah!
Outside the hospital, a slim, dark-haired soldier glanced at his watch. A frown of concern crossed his handsome features.
She's 20 minutes late. That's not at all like Sheila. It's 8:15. Has a nurse by the name of Sheila Rainis left yet? Would you know?
Sheila? No siree, that one always gives me a big good night. I'm afraid you'll have to wait outside as I do my rounds, young man. Regulations!
Something might be wrong. I better take a look. No harm if I slip into the locker room to check on her. Now's my chance. These are her things. Partially packed. But she's not around. What's that? A footstep. Maybe it's the Nightman. I better duck.
I'll dispose of her things, and she will have vanished.
Vanished? Something is cockeyed. I better follow this character. I could jump him, but I've got to be sure of what's going on. And this arm of mine, oh, what a time to have a war wound!
Through the last door, and then the sight of the flesh. Sheila's torture-racked face even now sinking out of sight.
Sheila! My God!
Johnny! Johnny! Save! Aye!
The soldier! You cannot have her! You cannot!
Why? You're crazy.
Quantrell flung himself before Johnny. They struggled. The steely, sinewed little doctor forced him back, trying to force him into the lump of pulling flesh.
No, Johnny! Don't touch the flesh, or you're lost! Johnny!
Back! Another inch! Back!
I cannot lose her! I've waited so long! So long!
With a last desperate surge of strength, Johnny tore her out of the doctor's grasp. Only Sheila's arm protruded, her forearm, her wrist, and then...
This plaster cast ought to...
Ugh!
Sheila, I'll get you out. Lord, only the fingers are still showing. Am I too late? Will she already be digested by the flesh?
Johnny grabbed the slipping fingers, pulled, strained with every burning muscle fiber.
Got to get her out. Got to. She's coming. She's coming. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila.
His head dizzied. He was close to faintness. His strength was gone. It was now or never. One last superhuman pull and...
I thought I'd lost you.
You thought you lost me?
I thought I lost you.
My darling! My darling!
Behind the embracing pair, a dazed and fumbling figure had risen unnoticed. A hand grasped a gleaming object, and then...
Johnny! His hand! On a scalpel, look out!
I'll cut you to pieces!
The open cavity of flesh closed like a starving mouth. There was one last horrifying scream, and then two wildly staring eyeballs. The most terrible eyes any human had ever seen. The eyes that were glimpsing the last of life.
There's nothing to grab of him. It's closing over his eyes.
Silence. The silence of death. And a blank wall of pulsating flesh. The young soldier and his girl shuddered and turned from the room as the first thread of dawn unraveled the darkness. Getting rid of those walls will be quite a job, but I bet no one will get flesh about it. I'll see you in the next issue of This Magazine is Haunted.
The
end. The end. Stay tuned for the next episode.